Hello and a very warm welcome once again. I'm Jyotsna Vahal Tandon with you, and you're watching us live on our official YouTube channel, that is NCRT Official, and on PM E-Vidya class 6 to 12 and on NCRT PM E-Vidya channel number 6 to 12. And welcome to our 5-day, 5-hour online training program on social media safety and well-being, organized by CIET NCRT in collaboration with the Cyber Peace Foundation CPF. And today is the day 1 of our online training session, and today we will discuss about introduction to social media, role, benefits and threats. And in this regard, if you have any kind of queries, if you think that you want to know more about this topic, you can just call us on 8800440559. You can send us your email. You can send us your emails on training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in, or you can just drop in your queries in our live chat box as well. So in our today's live interaction, we have with us Ms. Anandita Mishra, Senior Consultant, Cyber Peace Foundation, New Delhi. So Anandita ma'am, very warm welcome to our program.
Thank you.
So ma'am, as we all know that we are today talking about social media. As we all know that social media has taken up the world, and today people are really engaged with their phones and with their laptops, with their computers, just to connect with the entire world, in other sense. So I would like to ask you that how has social media evolved with the years, and what has driven its popularity?
All right. Jyotsna, social media as a digital phenomenon, I like to call it a phenomenon because you see, 30 years ago also, we people had no clue about such a thing is going to come up. I think we can hardly count on our fingers how many people had email in those days. So, over the last 20 years, we have seen massive amount of data being created, shared, communication taking place, campaigns being organized, trends being created, brand advertising, all this thanks to this one element of the social and the cyber world, which is social media. It has evolved in a very dynamic and fast paced environment. So, today I will take you through what has brought about the rise and evolving of social media techniques, because it is a fantastic study if you put some time to it to see how the first concept came about, how today AI, artificial intelligence powered by machine learning, is helping to make it more consumer friendly, specific, and also that this media does not come without its share of concern and issues, and how we can mitigate those to get the best out of this media. So today we are going to discuss the advent and rise in popularity of social media, the role of social media across all ages, and we shall move on from there to its other factors. Now, as I have been telling you, social media has developed, and if you see the development of the internet, it all started in the 1960s with the start of ARPANET, which is Advanced Research Project Network. There were among few computers, exchanging information when people had to go to the computers to do their work. Later, the connections increased. Email started in the 70s. Then Usernet, World Wide Web, the one we use to connect today, started in the 90s, and so on. And next, our 6 degree social media, 6 degree was the first one to come up, a platform to look for friends. So that was the history. And if I ask you, name some very popular social media apps, most of you are going to name some of these, or maybe all of these, if you are very, very aware of social media trends and the rise in social media apps. So the common ones are Facebook, Messenger, Insta, Snapchat. Then there is Reddit, LinkedIn. We all use LinkedIn. When we share hobbies, we use Pinterest. When we want to create small reels and share, we use TikTok. So, YouTube for uploading or viewing videos created by people. So, there I showed you the picture of the different social media apps that are in use today. But how did this come about? How did this explode into our lives so that if you ask a child today, can you visualize a world without social media? The answer would definitely be a no, because they have been brought up, they've come into existence when social media was at its peak, but it is still expanding. It is a media that has not reached its peak yet. It is expanding both horizontally and vertically because it is bring with new tech developments, AI, a newer sets of facilities and privileges are being offered by the platforms to make them user friendly. So why not? Why don't we benefit from this offering that the internet has brought about? So just let's have a quick peek. As you said, how did social media come about? If I talk about how did it come about, we have to start with the 6 Degrees platform in 1997 and followed immediately by, these are all done by mostly college students who were like looking for friends, and they decided to use internet to find their friends. So there is Friendster, MySpace, Orkut. I have used Orkut as well. I don't think it exists now anymore. So these are, some of the first, the premier social media apps that came out, basically to link and connect. And here is a view, all the different social media icons that are in use today. And I'm sure the audience are able to identify quite a few of them because they are using them. But yes, people who have crossed their 30s are more used to using email, Facebook, YouTube, and now Insta is becoming popular. If you look at the global figures, we find, this is the latest global figures that I could get my hands on, we find that Facebook, or Meta as we call it today, is still the major social media app used by people. And why so? Because people are connecting over Facebook with family and friends who are located globally. This is one of the biggest advantages that social media app offers, the ability to connect. Facebook, and a second after that is YouTube, and then Insta and WhatsApp. Of course, we all have one or many WhatsApp groups carrying on conversation. It is so easy. Imagine you are wanting to fix a get together with 10 people, or you want to fix up a meeting with 20 of your colleagues. Imagine sending them individual emails stating the need, or you have a WhatsApp, and in that WhatsApp, or you have a team messenger, or you have your own other official sites, messenger sites, wherein you drop the message and it reaches everybody together. Time. Time is of essence today, and so much time we save, and we can carry out conversations and work in that space. So the possibilities are endless. Let's examine some statistics now. How many people are using? So I keep on harping that social media has exploded and a large number of people. So what is exactly this number? So number of social media user identity has crossed 5 billion globally. That's no small number, 5 billion. Can you imagine the bytes of information generated every second? There's a huge information deluge out there. And every quarter, another thousand or million are added to this uh, number already. So we are jumping. There's an algebraic progression taking place. Every quarter we are jumping. Every year we are adding millions to the social media user group. So 5% change on an average, it has been noted that every year 259 to 300 million people are added to the social media. So more people are getting connected. We are spending more time online, not just working or learning or on over entertainment on OTTs. We just surf the net, connect with our friends, watch, look for brands that we want to purchase from. So different kind of activities we do. In fact, many of my friends work from home or they have their own small businesses that they run solely over the internet. So you can see internet has made life so much easier, so many of us. And if somebody is homebound, somebody is specially gifted, they can do so much online. They can learn, they can work, they can pick up skills. So the total population on social media, what about male and female ratio? Online, we find that it is not that skewed like in the real world. At least 46, almost 47% of the social media users are women. So the women are also online, which shows that gender bias may be less, and they're coming more and more are getting added. The male social media user are more. There can be a reason for this. In weaker economies, the phones are purchased mostly for the men and for the boys, and girls have less access to them, but it doesn't mean they do not have. They have access to the family phones, as I have discovered while working with children in municipal region, that they have access to the phone, maybe not in their name, their father's phone. Now, coming to the use, I'm so glad to say that people in their 70s and 80s who are not very mobile at home, they are using Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, YouTube prolifically. Talking about us, we are people who were the generation now at one time, and then come and the Gen X. We are one of the maximum users of Facebook and WhatsApp. But if you look at the millennials, those born around the turn of the century, you would find the use of Facebook is decreasing. WhatsApp is, of course, high, but people are mostly veering on to Instagram, and they are also using newer apps like ByteDance and Google Messengers. Gen Z, what is Gen Z doing? The youngsters, the people born this century, Gen Z has suddenly started using other apps. ByteDance has become more prominent, even though it is not that prominent in India. Instagram is high. Reddit is a very used platform for Gen Z, and they are using Discord for messaging services. WhatsApp is very high in India, not Discord, but
Gen Z and
globally, Discord.
millennials use Skype, use this Snapchat also.
They use a lot of Snapchat
Yes,
also. Yes.
the Gen
And
Zs
you'll be
and the millennials.
surprised.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they
And you'll
use
be
a lot of,
surprised to know.
because of the filters and because of the comic characters. Yes,
Correct.
the avatars.
Correct.
You can say that. Yeah.
Avatars. Yes. And Snapchat gives you the facility of your pictures disappearing immediately.
Yep.
So no, that makes them feel less concerned about security. Right?
Yes.
And what you'll be surprised to know that there are many more platforms in existence which we are not even aware of in India. Large number of them. So as we get awareness, as people we reach share these, we become aware of what potentials they have and we use them more. Now coming to the evolving of social media, how has social media algorithms helped? What are algorithms? Algorithms, you can take them as, for mathematics teachers would relate to this, permutations and combinations. Something very simple. They are not exactly permutation and combination, but if you can relate, this is a complex set of rules that you have your user profile on all your social media apps. Right? So when you have your user profile, you put in your name, you put in your interest, your hobbies, maybe the town you come from, and you do not share anything more. The social media apps are also creating a user profile for you unknown to you because they want to give you the best service possible. So, what are they doing? They keep a watch over what kind of content you watch. What are the contents that get the most of your likes and reactions from you? What is the latest content that you may like watching? Who with do you engage the maximum? Or what kind of content do you see the maximum? These are the points that they study and accordingly create your user profile and accordingly send you such content. For example, if you today sit down and say, before Diwali, let me buy myself a new set of ghagra or lehenga choli, next day you would find your social media apps, if they are free, you would find hundreds of those advertisements, right? Josna,
Yes,
have
ma'am.
you noticed this? Yep.
Yes.
Why does it come up? Because they have noted that you were looking for something. So maybe you are interested in some other bands. You may look
True.
at other brands, other choices,
Yes.
lower cost perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they give you these options. And that makes it easier for you to choose. Of course, I feel they make it more confusing which to take and which to leave out.
Yes. Because it's a
But
big market of discounts.
correct. And come festival season, you are spoiled for choice.
Yes. And just because of no reason, what we do is here we find one product sasta, and on the other site it is a little bit less. So what we do is, chal yahan se bhi le lo, chalo wahan se bhi le lo. This is what we do.
Correct.
And unnecessary, we buy clothes, we buy stilettos, we buy purses and things and makeups. So we just because of the internet, I think we have become now more shopaholic.
Absolutely. You see, they are pushing you slowly to become to give your consumer nature
Yeah.
a little bit of encouragement. And we, especially women,
Yeah.
we love our discounts, right? The
Yeah.
moment something flashes up on screen
Yeah.
saying discounted products sale,
Or
we
buy one get
can't
three
help
free.
buy
Or
one get three free. And even if we don't want for ourselves, we
yes.
think maybe it'll come useful for gifts.
Yeah.
We have to give out so many gifts, right?
Yeah.
So why not buy few and keep a good things you're getting?
Yeah.
So this is how the social media algorithm works. It makes you, it channelizes your thought,
Yeah.
uses those channels to make you think more. Okay, I think we missed, yeah. And it bases your user profile on what kind of content you have watched,
True.
relevance of it for you, how recent they are, because they will not show you old content and engagement. Even if you see on Facebook, Meta, which is its new name,
Yes.
people you are not chatting with regularly, their posts are not shown to you.
Yeah.
Only you may have 400 or 500 friends online,
Yeah.
but you post from a hardly 20 or 30.
Yeah.
And that is only because you have been interacting with them, liking their posts, they have responded to your posts,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
So from time to time, you have to refresh your friends button, see the other posts so that, they show you those posts as well. So AI is not human yet. They don't know that you may want to see others' posts too. So this social media, therefore, help us to communicate, connect. I have my old mother who loves to keep in touch with the wide family spread all over the world through Meta. She would be asking, like old women people do, tell me about yourself, show photographs, share your latest news. That helps them feel good.
Yes.
Some people, they like to form groups, they can do campaigning, they can do awareness. These days, so many, even the hashtag Me Too protest and all, it
Yes.
all started on social media. That
Yeah.
made it possible. Is people who do not speak out, even they could come and speak up on social media. It builds communities when we exchange news. It builds a nation when we talk about the history of the nation. It promotes culture, it promotes commerce, it promotes work, careers, and because we can look at LinkedIn and find a new career, or you can check out naukri.com or any other site.
Yes.
So it
If you're
breaks all
sitting, if
barriers.
you're sitting alone in your room, you don't feel alone. If you're on social
Right.
media, you feel connected with the world.
We all saw that during COVID, didn't we?
Yes. This is what
We were
I was trying
not
to say. Yeah.
We were not disconnected. We were
Yeah.
totally connected, even though we were isolated, all absolutely, at our own places without going out. We are all under lock and key physically,
Yeah.
but not thanks to internet
Yeah.
or virtually.
So many people
So
have become chef after COVID, sitting at home.
cloud cloud kitchens is
Yes.
one of the biggest examples of how people are doing work from home.
Yeah.
There has been a spurt in cloud kitchens all over the country, and it is doing wonder for the confidence of women who were hitherto, pushed the role of a homemaker, and she cooks well. Now she's making money out of her cooking, gaining
Yes.
name for herself. It's confidence booster.
Yeah. So, ma'am, now I would like to ask you, what is the impact of social media? Now, we have talked a lot about it. What is the impact?
So the impact is multifold. We cannot just confine it to that, as we were talking about, that we get to see content specific to our need and use and choice. Not only that, we get to connect. We are doing this training session by using a social media app.
Yeah.
Imagine the connection. Otherwise, we have to get everybody physically present in one hall and talk to them. But now we don't have to put anybody into any discomfort or any trouble. We can do it sitting at home. We can conduct classes. We did that during COVID, online classes, and we learned how to do it properly. Initially, there were hitches, but with time, things improved and we became masters at that.
Yeah.
We have given examinations. We take lessons ourselves. I may want to learn how to play the guitar. I can do so online. Children who are alone at home, maybe parents working and only a person, a caregiver at home, and not able to go out to play or attend other, hobbies, they can do so at home using their devices. It helps people to keep in touch. It helps groups to stay in touch. It is the voice of the marginalized people. With the people who do not normally have a voice in the society can also speak out, and they are using social media apps to speak up, to
Yes.
voice their thoughts. And we have also learned we must learn to call out wrongdoings and injustice. And then there are vlogs. Blogs. People who are traveling, they create video logs, which are called vlogs. It is such a help when you want to go traveling anywhere. You come to know so much about the place, isn't it? I always look at these vlogs when I plan a travel to get the reviews of place, hotel, everything.
Yes.
And popular culture, that is how we come to know what is trendy, what is in, what is out. Consumerism, of course, Jyotsna, you told us a lot about it, how our consumerism has been affected. So the good things are social movements have started online, and that is propelling. Even the most passive person cannot help but get encouraged looking at the social movement when they build up collectively online. They come and take part in these movements. It is good for personal growth. I have learned so many things online, and I'm sure there are so many people else who have learned how to even write a presentation properly. We today have ChatGPT. It helps us to form a project or to create a content and in a fluent manner. Of course, I must tell you here, scamsters are also using ChatGPT to write fluently. So that one telltale sign that this may be suspicious was that their English grammar would have been incorrect earlier, but they are mostly very correct and very proper. That is one way they are hoodwinking us. Collaborations occur, online work occurs, work from home occurs, all thanks to the internet. We learn, our relationships become stronger. So, what if our husband is working in one city and the wife is another? So, what if parents are based in one place and the rest of the family in someplace else? Constant video calling, WhatsApping throughout the day, chatting, sharing of photographs using photo sharing apps. These all keep people connected and in the know. In any campaign, we know the first thing we start sharing flyers online on all social media apps so that if most number of people we reach, we amplify and then we get the maximum of people to join the campaign, support us. Commerce and career, health and well-being. You know, I know of a certain person who could not even run a kilometer, you know, couldn't even imagine that they would start running. Then this person signed up on a healthy living app and repeated on the advice of a friend. And the app guided that person on how to run slowly with doctor's permission and advice. And today that person is doing half marathons. So see, the latent need and will was always there. It was all passive, but it was pushed to the surface with the help of apps. But here also, doctor's advice has to be taken. We should not do anything on our own, even learning dance steps, because you need to know your body well before you go to use these apps to do something you are not used to. And more we say about history and culture, there are so many photographs being shared on different sites. So National Geographic, when you go to check their site, so much of information you get. But you see, Jyotsna, nothing comes without a flip side to this.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All good things. I'm sure you were going to talk about this.
Yes.
All things cannot be all gold. There have to be some things that we need, some issues.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is we can get over these issues. They require some judicious, educated actions. You know, if you take the measures about which we can discuss if time permits.
Yeah.
The downside is something I would like to talk to you all about, because most of us sometimes do not understand these are the consequences of too much of social media. Now, I have come across people who say, "Oh, I do not use social media." I do not think that is correct. You will be using WhatsApp, you would be using email. You may not share a lot over Facebook and Insta or upload your YouTube videos all the time, but you are using one or two, and even that is enough for you to bring information from others. One of the biggest problem is that of mental health. It creates anxiety and depression, especially
Yes.
among teens,
Yes.
right?
As we have already, noticed that in past some years, the problems of anxiety and depression has risen up.
Correct. And
Yes.
we attribute to that to other causes, but sometimes fail to note that social media may be doing so.
Yes.
If a child is bullied online, if somebody faces defamation, if people are being rude, being abusive, even if we understand, if I get an email which is very sternly worded, I may not feel good at all, right? The email may be from a colleague or a senior or somebody else where the wordings are so stern that it affects me mentally. And there is another thing that happens. The for children, especially the teenagers, have a lot of complex about their body, about their looks, and they lack confidence. What we need to do, children, to tell them is, you are good the way you are. You can, of course, improve yourself, but not because your friends said so. We love you the way you are. You know, because these complexes affect. When a child sees another friend all the time posting fabulous photographs of people smiling, I have come across women who do the same thing, who see they are working hard at office, at home, whereas some of their friends are having holidays galore, a lot of holidays and partying and going out, but these people cannot leave home. It plays on your mind. So there is one important thing to remember. All that is nobody posts their sad, sorrowful photographs on Facebook or share their uh, trauma over Facebook.
Yeah. They
They
always
share the
share the happy moments, the happy pictures. Yeah.
correct. Nobody wants to show their dark sides
Yeah.
publicly. They
Yeah.
hide them. It's a mask. So you've got to keep that in mind and not suffer. Bullying happens. It can be any kind of bullying. I'll talk to you about later about this.
Yeah.
Excessive screen time. Now, according to doctors globally, children below 2 should not be allowed to view the screen below 2, okay? But sometimes moms do take the easy way out, parents, both fathers and mothers, do take the easy way out, and they hand the phone to the child so that they keep quiet while they are being fed, or while their parents are busy, maybe. So they'll watch a cartoon and they'll be quiet. You may have done it a few times, or no, nothing to be feel guilty about. You are also stressed. But in general, keep in mind, you can get the blocks or other playthings, but nothing to do with a lot of screen. The lights moving, the glare may harm them in this phase. Later on, over years, you may give them half an hour, 1 hour of screen time daily. When they start using the laptops for education, they may need more time. So socializing time, you may talk to your children and fix for the weekends, or maybe 15 hours of relaxing while you're talking and chatting during school days. And parents have to role model this behavior. It's very important at home. If you are on the phone all the time, you cannot tell your children not to. Some people who are weak, they need positive reinforcement all the time. And how do you know people are weak? Because you will find they continually check how many likes their posts got. Right, Josna?
Yes, ma'am.
That, okay, this post of mine or this photograph of mine got 30 likes, 50 likes,
Yeah.
100 likes. So
Sometimes
somebody will say, why?
at midnight, people, just switch on their phones and checks how many likes they have got on their pictures or on their reels or on their videos.
Okay.
So it is
I was
like
going
that.
to I was going to come to the reels because Insta, my God, people I'll keep their accounts
Obsessed with
open,
Instagram now.
obsessed by the Instagram. People keep their accounts open so that they get more and more followers, so
Yeah.
that they like their reels. But it is like, leaving your house open for more and more outsiders and strangers to come in. It is not always a safe thing to do so.
Yeah.
We will discuss all of these when you talk about threats. Privacy concerns arise if you keep the accounts open, if you do not take privacy and security measures. You may face hacking, a scam, people may misuse your account, steal your ID. Another very important thing happening is brainwashing. There are a lot of talks, and it has happened with children in the UK. They were exposed to talks recorded by terrorists, and they were brainwashed into following that doctrine.
Oh.
So you need to know what your child is watching. For
Yeah.
that, I would advise parental control so that you control the online habits of your child. A very big threat today, and we are working on that from Cyber Peace with google.org, is about fake news and misinformation. It is one of the major threats. All you can name, all the threats you see, scams, digital arrests, frauds, everything stems from false news.
Yeah.
And this fake is a doing of the AI and our own perceptions and belief. And this perception and belief comes from echo chambers. You know what echo chambers are? When we all the time on social media, for example, say, I believe in party X, political party X, and I always look for their posts and like their posts. And if anybody speaks against it, I dislike their post. I write a very abusive, vitriolic posts in response. The social media algorithm will pick up that this is the group I like, and they'll show me more and more posts of that kind, and will not show me posts of any other kind of any that goes against those. So I will become a part of an echo chamber from where I will only say and speak what I have been listening to. And what have I been listening to? Only positive things about political party X. I will not have a balanced view of the situation. Echo chambers are being formed on religion, on politics, on any food. So there'll be one group saying this kind of food is good, another group saying that kind of food is good. So these kind of leads to turmoil and conflicts, and it creates confusion in the mind. So we don't even know, but we are all some or the other what part of some echo chamber, because we like to connect with like-minded people who have like-minded thoughts, and we don't listen to others. Our focus is disrupted when you come across something negative or something that troubles us, or a child is exposed to inappropriate adult content or violence, undue violence. So
Yes.
these things disrupt the focus, and we cannot concentrate on our work or on our studies. Social disparity is there's a child who committed suicide, a helping hand's daughter, because her mother did not get her a smartphone.
Yeah.
Social disparities rise because everybody wants what the other person has. And today's children, if they don't have a smartphone, cheap or expensive, doesn't matter. If they don't have a smartphone, they feel they are left out.
Yes.
And the FOMO is a big trouble, the fear of missing out on whatever conversations are happening online.
Yeah.
So these are all the downside.
So, ma'am,
So the key to
what should be concerned about then?
the concern is we have to first become very mindful. That is, we need to know and be aware of what we are doing online, and we have to become responsible and accountable digital users. The threats, let us first see, so
Yeah.
that we can fight the threats. There are a lot of threats happening because we are connecting, we are working, we are studying, sharing information, global talks are taking place. In fact, we can now, for whichever court proceedings are shared or streamed online, we can watch court proceedings also, right? And give real time opinions. And the news channels also ask for real time opinions. So the real time opinion may be good, bad, and maybe simple trolling. Trolling is when people negatively, without any background at all, they negatively comment on some content. Some of the biggest problems are, and I'll only go over them: trust. When somebody befriends you with the intention of hacking your account, scamming others, or scamming you, or stealing your ID and other data, trust is broken. Trust is also broken when adults pretend to be youngsters and befriend children and then start grooming them or asking them for photographs if they are pedophiles. Fake account and impersonation takes place, through which a lot of these uh, digital scams are taking place when people pretend to be a son living in the hostel or a relative in need of money, right? Such are impersonation. And when profiles are created with a fake name, fake photograph, those profiles are targeted to hunt for prey and tag them. Credential harvesting is nothing but collecting of data. People take us for rides when we try to invest in very lucrative offers, but we end up losing money. And by hacking the computers of people who are in service or in government or in other emergency sectors, they can attack servers and networks. To go a little more about the data breach, oversharing can happen, and this can lead to people getting more data about you. So if you keep sharing a lot of photographs, a lot of content about what you're doing, people share their passport pictures, driver license, or off to holidays, the picture of their holiday tickets or booking, or the flag of the place, their country they're visiting. You're already telling people that you're going out. Is it good or safe? Our privacy settings, people keep them very low to get more friends and followers, which is also not right. Unless yours is a commercial site, then you should not post anything private in it. Account hijacking and fake profiles. You've already spoken about that.
Yes.
So then something like AIMS attack that took place last year in Delhi, malicious links and downloads are sent to people. So attachments are sent. And by error, if somebody without checking and verifying, click on a link, a video link, an office link, a document, a survey document, anything, if they click without verifying, they will attract malware into the system, which may be designed to attack the network and the server, bringing the server down. Also, there are apps and games developed so that they steal your data or install spyware or have embedded malware in them. So you get your apps and games from sites that are safe and then verify the content. Like you go to Google's Play Store, get a verified app, but still check for review and a star rating, etc. As I was telling you about fake and misinformation, disinformation campaigns happen especially during elections when people spread wrong information, videos, etc., about a political party or its members. Clickbait, you get these offers. You all have to do is click and you earn 5,000 rupees daily. And this clickbait may take you to fraud sites also. Sextortion is another weapon in the hands of the people wherein they doctor the photograph and then share it online. Now, cyberbullying, I told you I'll come back to it because we are
Yes.
educators
Yeah.
and this happens a lot to children.
Yeah.
Okay. By children, I mean all children below the age of 18. So already we know even before the internet came, blank calls was a menace.
Yeah.
Inappropriate photo and video sharing. Somebody now sends you a video or a photo of adult content, inappropriate content. What are you going to do with it? They feel scared. Should they tell their parents? Will the parents scold them? Take away their phone? So in them not telling their parents and hiding it. That is what groomers and pedophiles wait for. This dark secret they create. Trolling happens to most people if they are sharing content that makes people get angry with them. They will, even if they are not connected, even if this matter is not connected with them, people may send hedonistic pleasure. They just may send negative comments over a post
Yeah.
just
Okay,
to
ma'am.
get that post out.
I would like to tell
Yeah.
you that we have just 5 to 6 minutes left for the session.
All right. All right. So these are the problems, and memes and doctored content are being, uh, you know, created about people and making fun of people. So all we now need to do is, follow a few social safety tips. Privacy and security. Please go to the settings and maximize your privacy and security. For all your accounts, please create separate, unique, strong password. If you have difficulty remembering passwords, use a password manager, a verified, trusted password manager. Never download a link or an attachment without first finding out, especially if they're unsolicited, whether the person has sent it in good faith, you know the person, and what it is about. Similarly, on links and profiles on all your friendship apps where people send you friend requests and they send you links, video links saying, I found this video link from our childhood days or from our college days. Don't give in to the temptation to click. If there is an urgency or pressure on you to click on a link, do it now, or your electricity would be discontinued, or your KYC have not filled up, do it now. Don't give in to such pressure tactics. And what you are sharing, think about it. What will the effect be? What the consequences will be? How will it, or will it trouble you 10 years later? So when college people share a lot of their party photographs, I tell them to, take care, because recruiters, university deans and admissions, they all check the social media profiles to get a good understanding of you as a person. Along with your resume, they may check these also. So maintain decorum on your social media profiles. And with that, I end my presentation. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, that you connected with us, and you really, give this brief, give this detailed account of our this thing, our today's topic.
Social media.
Yeah, on our today's topic, and I really hope that whosoever joined us today during our live session, they really, get enlightened, and I really enjoyed today's live session on this topic, because this is the need of an hour, ma'am, and we have to be, get educated about what should we do on social media and what should we hide, what should we post. So these things that people like you who are, who are creating such kind of workshops, online workshops, they're really beneficial.
Thank you. Even I feel it is very important because I'm very passionate about the social world, because along with the opportunities, there are a lot of threats that we all need to be aware of.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much for joining us today, Anandita ma'am, and it was really pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Namaste. Signing off now.
Yeah. So all the viewers, we really hope that you enjoyed our today's live session. But if you want to know more about what in the next 4 days we will do in our 5-day, 5-hour live training session on cyber learning, so you can just go to our website, that is ciet.ncert.gov.in. You can just go to the activities section. You can click here, go to the workshop and training, and in that you can just scroll down. Here you can see that this session is from 30th September till 4th of October, and it is on online training on social media safety and well-being. Today we talked about introduction to social media, role, benefits and threats. Tomorrow, that is on 1st October, we will talk about youth and social media. On day 3, that is 2nd October, we will talk about identifying and handling social media threats. Day 4, that is 3rd October, will be on developing media literacy skills, and day 5, that is 4th October, we will talk about mental health and social media. And this is the program schedule. You can go through this. Who will join us tomorrow and day after that? And if you like to participate, this is the registration process. You can just go through the steps. That is, the step 1 is registration. Register yourself by using the link. This is the link, or you can just scan this QR code for the registration. Step 2 is watch live training sessions and learn about the topic after training sessions, which will be live streamed on NCRT official YouTube channel. This, and from 30th to 4th of October, from 4 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, the session will be will also be telecasted on these different mediums as well. If you miss the live sessions, you can watch the recording using the playlist link given. So step 3 will be take up the online course, participate in post assessment and get certified. So this is the criteria of our online course, and if you get 70% and above in the final assessment, you will get a certificate. You can access your certificate in your Diksha profile page itself, and it may take 15 to 20 days to receive the certificate. Step 4 is submit your feedback using this link, or you can just scan this QR code. This feedback form is intended to know participants' experience, learnings and suggestions regarding the online training. This will help us in further improvement of the virtual training process. For any queries, you can just reach us at training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in, or you can just call us on 8800440559. So this is the website process. But so that's all for today, but stay tuned with us for our 5 p.m. live session, which will be the Sahyog session, and today we will discuss on enhancing intrinsic motivation and engagement among adolescent learner. So that's all for now, but you stay tuned with us. I'm now taking your leave. You just take care of yourself. Namaskar.